Hey everyone, my name's David and this here is my 2024 Seal Premium that I picked up back in May. And let me tell you, the car I have today is not the same car I picked up 2 months ago. If you're in the market for a new car and the Seal is on your shortlist, you've probably seen countless reviews on YouTube from as far back as late 2023. But guess what? All of those reviews are out of date now. The Seal has received 2 updates since release, so today we're going to go through what's changed and what features have been added to the Seal as of July 2024. This is Beyond EV, your home for everything BYD. Now today I won't be going through an in-depth review of the BYD Seal. There's already dozens of those online, and if you're watching this, you've probably already seen many of them. Now today I'll be going through what was said in those initial reviews, and then what's changed since then, what new features have been added to the Seal since its initial release. If you're a new EV buyer looking to move from internal combustion engines for the first time, this is something you're going to have to get used to. With traditional cars, you can read reviews online, watch YouTube reviews. It doesn't really matter when you watch the review or read the review. When you get into the car 6-7 months later, the car you buy at the lot is most likely going to be the one you saw online. With EV cars, this is completely different. You can read reviews or watch YouTube videos, but there's every chance you'll get to the lot and the car you buy is completely different to the one you saw online. So if you're in the market for a new car and the BYD Seal is on your shortlist, I'm hoping this video will complement some of the older reviews that were put online and give you an idea of what's changed between what was released back then and what's available today. First up, we're going to address one of the most common criticisms of the Seal in those earlier reviews, the ADAS system. ADAS stands for Advanced Driver Assistance System and refers to all the sensor systems a car uses to assist drivers in safely operating the vehicle. This includes lane keeping assistance, lane departure warnings, speed limit alerts, cross-traffic alerts, and other similar systems. The old reviews were very critical of the Seal for having a very intrusive ADAS system, which was one of the car's major negatives. It used to beep and bong constantly when the speed limit changed, when you went slightly over the limit, or when you edged onto the lane markers. The lane keeping assistance system was also very aggressive, sometimes almost yanking the wheel out of your hands to straighten up, which made for an unpleasant driving experience. It was so bad that drivers would turn off the different ADAS systems before driving just to make it more comfortable. Well, I'm pleased to say that all these ADAS issues no longer exist. BYD has listened to its customers and has completely recalibrated the ADAS in a way that makes it just about perfect. No more constant loud beeps and bongs, no more car trying to rip its own steering wheel out of your hands. If you drive a Seal today, all you'll get is a soft blip at the traffic limit changes, which you can actually turn off permanently, or if you veer out of a lane. The lane keeping is now a much more gentle nudge as opposed to a hard lock to the right if you ever edged markers again. The ADAS is just about perfect. You don't need to change any of the settings. It is now a completely comfortable car to drive without having to turn anything off. When the Seal was released, it came with wireless Android Auto, but if you wanted Apple Carplay, you had to be plugged in. A bit of a weird oversight, but an oversight nonetheless. The latest 1.2 OTA update has resolved this by enabling wireless Apple CarPlay. So as of July, it doesn't matter if you use an iPhone or an Android phone, both will mirror wirelessly to the infotainment system. The latest update also added Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration with the dash cluster. Now, you can see what song is playing on Apple CarPlay or Android Auto directly on your dashboard. Before the update, this only worked with the native onboard Spotify app or Bluetooth streaming, but now it works with all audio sources. BYD also introduced Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration with the ambient lighting. The ambient lighting has music detection and will bounce along with the music. Previously, this only worked with native sources, but now your ambient lighting will bounce along with tunes from Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. One of the biggest criticisms of modern EVs is the lack of physical buttons and controls, and the Seal is not immune to this. There are only 3 AC control buttons here in the center console, none of which control fan speed or temperature. It's basically just on-off or the front demister. If you want to set the fan speed or adjust the temperature or turn the AC on or off, you have to do it through the infotainment system. To make life easier, in the latest update, BYD introduced finger gestures to control fan speed and temperature. This can be performed on any screen, so you no longer have to navigate the system just to access basic AC controls. To operate the fan speed, you simply use 3 fingers and swipe left or right on the screen. To control the temperature, swipe up or down. It's as simple as that. Now, I know it's not that in-depth in terms of what you can control, but just having the ability to turn the fan down a notch without pressing multiple buttons is a game changer. And the fact that this is possible also means that there's potential for more gesture controls to operate other features in future updates. The BYD app that you use to control your car externally is pretty bare bones at the moment, but the latest update shows that it's still early days and more functionality will be added over time. In the latest update, BYD introduced vehicle location tracking in the app. This feature can be turned on or off and effectively gives you a live location of your vehicle on a map. This can be very handy if you're in a shopping complex and not sure which entrance you parked at, or if you're at a theme park and you can't remember exactly where you parked your car, or if in the worst case scenario, your car gets stolen. You'll be able to see a live location of your car at any given time. It's a cool little feature to have, and as I mentioned, you can choose to turn it on or off at any time. Now, this is a point of contention for existing owners, but stay with me. Not long ago, Tesla announced they would allow non-Tesla vehicles to charge at certain Tesla Superchargers. This was great news since Tesla Superchargers are essentially the benchmark for external charging. This meant you could take your BYD Seal to a Tesla Supercharger and get the max 150 kilowatt charge rate. However, it was soon discovered that the BYD Seal could only charge at some Tesla Superchargers, not all. Specifically, the BYD Seal and BYD Atto 3 could only charge at version 2 Tesla Superchargers. If you tried to plug into a version 3 or version 4 Tesla charger, it just wouldn't start, due to a compatibility issue, and BYD owners certainly made their concerns known to BYD. Fast forward to July 2024, and if you buy a new Seal with a build date of March 2024 onwards, your BYD Seal will be 100% compatible with Tesla V3 and V4 chargers. All Seals sold today will be able to charge on any Tesla Supercharger that is open to non-Tesla vehicles. This change actually requires a hardware fix that was added to recent Seal models. But what about existing Seals and Atto 3s made before March 2024? Well, BYD is actively working on getting all BYD Seal and Atto 3 models manufactured prior to March 2024 into service centres so they too can be made compatible with V3 and V4 Tesla chargers. This will take time. It is a hardware fix. But the important takeaway is that BYD is listening to its customers and providing solutions to issues they are raising. So that's it for now, but I'm looking forward to seeing what other goodies BYD adds to the Seal in future updates. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed this content. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.